Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to My Alaska Dream. Well, I thought I would give you a little bit of a in between here. Today was wood delivery day, so I thought I'd show you the process of putting up the inner walls, give you a little bit of a backstory regarding that, and show you the materials that we're working with. And then once I get moved along on the wall and get ready for the next step, then we'll do another video. But this is what we have here. Number one, I have all my stuff outside again. I've emptied the cabin and in preparation for putting up the interior walls. I've got a little start on it, and I'm going to pull a late nighter tonight. So here are the materials, which include the roof materials as well. All my 2x4s, all my 2x8s, my 1x8s. My platform bed is out. Here's all my other material. And I have this all stacked carefully, my OSB board. If we get rain, I want to be able to cover up this as much as possible. So here is my setup. Make sure I'm getting this right. I'm doing everything that I can for right now. I'm using my battery pack and my converter so I can save on my generator. These smaller generators, they don't have a huge lifespan, so I want to keep that generator for as much, during the winter. I'm going to get a second one for a backup, but I want to give it as much life as possible. So this system works pretty good with one exception. It's drains the power pretty good, and it doesn't have quite enough power to get the screws all the way in. One thing, I'm having to take an extra step. I'm having to tap with a small drill bit to get these in. So we're going to show you the process here. This is what we're doing. We're adding to the 2x4s and turning them into 8-inchers. R30 insulation, 9 inches. Push it into 8 inches. Here's my battery pack. And here's what it looks like. So this is adding a little bit of work to this. And I said I was going to give you a little bit of a backstory. This is causing me a little bit more expense and a little bit more work. But that's okay. It's all part of it. So when I initially came up here, I built my, as you remember, my little shack just to keep me out of the elements. It was built with 2x4s. I was originally thinking along the lines of, R19 or R21, and packing it in there, or going with a smaller R value and using the foam board and whatnot. But I really didn't. I wanted to utilize the 2x4 since I already had them. So honestly, I'm going to be the first one to tell you again. I've said it before. I'm not a carpenter. So as I do this, I have to go very slow. I have to, make sure I'm doing everything right. They say measure twice, cut once. I measure 3 times, so I can only cut once. So having to put up the double walls is actually, it's not all bad, because what it does is it creates a natural thermal break in there. One of the things that you always have to be concerned about when you're putting up walls and ceilings and stuff with insulation is mold. You want a certain amount of air break in there. So that's actually going to help with that. Ideally, I wish I had built my temporary structures with 2x6s. So that was a mistake on my part. But you learn. I mean, that's all part of, just like I said, I'm not a carpenter, and I made a mistake with that. So I'm going to end up when this is all said and done, near as I can figure, I'm going to be about, maybe $500-600 over budget for the cabin build. And we'll talk about that down the road. That's something that I'm just kind of throwing out there now because when we get to that point, part of this is being able to build a small, efficient, off-grid dry cabin for a very reasonable price. So, and a big part of that is hiring out very little work. I really had to hire out the pad being put in. It would have taken me all summer to haul gravel and compact a pad and everything like that. So I was willing to do that, and I am getting some help putting the roof joists up, and putting my roof on is just, I could do it by myself, but it would entail a lot of up and down, a lot of tacking, and a lot of working over my head without somebody here. And I decided, to err on the side of caution with that. And I've had people offer to help and stuff like that. And to this point, I've let them all know that I wanted to do it on my own. So I say on my own, but honestly, that's not the right way to say it. I have been blessed with many different ways. Good weather at the right time, with the delivery of the materials, which comes into play particularly today. We have a really nice stretch for the next few days. So I should be able to get a lot of this done tonight, what I need to do. Whatever I don't get done tonight, I'll get done tomorrow. I'll be able to get all my stuff back in there, so I can get the cabin a little bit more closed up and a little bit more weatherproof and mosquito proof, which is big. And then have a little downtime to do some other stuff, some wood cutting and some clearing and stuff. So looking forward to that. So that's the process for the inner walls. So I'm going to get humping on that. Hopefully, I'd like to get all those inner 2x4 2x4s up tonight before I call it a night, and be able to get most of my stuff back in. If not, I'll have to sleep in my tent tonight, but that's all right. I'm going to get as much of that done, and then we'll move on to the next step of the process, and we'll have another video here for you shortly. Thank you again, everybody. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the prayers. And the other thing, I would be remiss if I didn't say that God has been good to me and given me a strength that some days I just I wouldn't have. And the spirit of my dad working with me, I think about him all the time. He was an amazing carpenter, amazing at just about everything he did, metal work and woodwork and stuff like that. And I know it's been a long time since I've really talked about my dad, but he is a big part of my ability to do this. I draw a strength that I can only get from an amazing dad that he gave me something that I just didn't really fully appreciate when I was younger. And I'm very fortunate to be able to tap into that at this point, doing what I'm doing. Well, I'm so grateful for that. So right now, right here, Dad, I love you. I miss you. Thank you for all the working by my side, and thank you for all the lessons that you taught me up to this point. And I really feel your spirit as I'm doing this project. So thank you, everybody. Before I get any more emotional, thank you, everybody, for all the support. Keep the prayers coming. I appreciate and love you all. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.